Alright, here's my review of the Crayon marking trick. Basically what you do is rub a white or any color crayon basically over the markings on your gun. On the Glock it's really easy because it's a smoother finish. I did it on my 1911. It was a spring filled. It still turned out, but it was a lot harder to kind of clean up. I don't know if we can get a good picture of that, but that's a tiny Glock emblem on that side. Did it about a year ago, and I haven't touched it up since, and I mean it's held up. You'd think with the heat and everything, I mean I rapid fire it and it hasn't melted out. Been really happy with it. I did order from Glock store the Marine Corps emblem to go in the back of the slide, which I think is really cool. Got some fun stuff in the background for this review. Also, what I did on my Beretta, I couldn't keep the crayon in there as much, even though it is smoother. I found that the engraving on it's not deep enough. So what I actually did was use some of my wife's white fingernail polish and just put it in there, let it dry, and then just easily, I mean no pressure at all, really just kind of wiped it off, because if you put too much pressure it will just wipe it right out of the crevices. This actually turned out awesome, but I was gonna do it on my Glock, but the crayon stayed in perfectly, so no point. I mean, if crayon works, paint works, whichever works on your firearm. I think it just adds a nice touch. It looks cool. Sets it apart. I mean, my Glock's second generation. When I first did it, a couple of my buddies with second generation Glocks thought I went out and got the new third, now fourth generation. I was like, no, I just accented it with crayon. Looks cool, I mean, sets it apart. I did find the crayon trick doesn't really work good on other things, especially my M1 Grand. I did it on the back, did spring filled and stuff. It turned out awesome, looked really cool, but I live in Utah. It gets really hot in the summertime. I don't know if that might add to it, but I think it just gets so much heat back there that it actually melted it out. And also on my Mosin, I did it on the back of the receiver, and it just gets too hot, it melts it out. I'm sure if you did nail polish or paint on there, it'd work fine. But yeah, crayon trick for Glock works perfect, and a year later still looks good. So might do some other reviews on some of the fun other stuff I have in the background, but that's it.